My name is Yvonne. I'm a pediatrician and sports medicine physician in Washington. I'm also an avid ultra runner, an online endurance coach, and high school track coach. So in running, we all know how important core strength and stability is. However, today I'm not going to be talking to you about abdomen and hips, but instead we're going to talk about a different core, the foot core. We spend a lot of time on our feet in ultra running, so it's important to make sure that our feet are able to be strong enough and stable enough to endure all the miles that we want to cover. So today I'm going to go over some strength exercises, some stretches, and some foam rolling techniques that are going to help to keep your feet nice and healthy and keep you out there on the trails covering all those miles that you want to cover. So one important exercise that you should make part of your running routine is one leg standing. If you're already pretty good at doing that on a solid surface, you can add an extra component of difficulty by introducing something like a bazoo ball. So this is going to make you work on your balance a little bit more. The bazoo ball is nice because you can use both surfaces, both the flat bottom and the domed soft surface. So first off, for the flat surface, this is going to kind of work your ankle muscles and ligaments more so than those intrinsic foot muscles. So basically, just get up, position yourself so you're in the center on one foot, and then when you're ready, just lift the other foot. What you're going to do is time yourself and start off at a manageable time, say 20 seconds on one side, and just gradually try to increase the time that you're spending on one foot. Then if you want to make it more difficult and you want to make yourself wobble a little bit more because you started to master that technique, you can do something like add in some upper body exercises, get some light dumbbells, maybe do some biceps curls, some overhead presses, and that's gonna make you wobble a little bit more and challenge those feet. The other thing you can do is position the bazoo ball close to the wall and get a medicine ball and throw that against the wall, and that's going to throw your balance off a little bit and make your feet have to work a little bit harder to maintain balance. Then the other thing that you can do is flip the bazoo ball over so the dome surface is up. When you stand one-footed on the dome surface, you're engaging more of the intrinsic foot muscles and helping to strengthen those. So you can do the same thing again, just hop up, get your balance, and you're still working those ankle muscles, but you're also working those muscles in between the foot bones as they're moving and trying to maintain stability on that flat surface. If that becomes easy, again, just do like what we just talked about and add in some upper body movements, or get a ball, throw it against a wall, use a medicine ball, throw that against the wall. Just make yourself wobble a little bit and challenge yourself. So that's the one-legged standing on a balance board or a bazoo ball, and that's going to be great for helping to develop your ankle and foot muscle strength. So another exercise that I like to do for foot strength that's going to work your Achilles and your calf muscles as well are heel raises. So you can just use a step, or if you have a small plyo box, you can use that. Basically stand up, bring your toes out to the edge so your heels hang over the back of the step. Then if you need to hold something for balance, that's fine. If not, you can do it without holding on. Make sure you keep your hips nice and straight and your tummy tight. you're just going to drop your heels below the level of the step and then raise back up. Then drop down again and raise back up. Just like that. If you want to add in another little piece to that exercise, I like to put a ball between my heels, and it helps just to engage the arch of the foot a little bit more. So you're just going to hold that ball between your heels, pinch it there, and don't let it drop as you do those heel raises. So same thing again, back straight, keep your hips straight, and just drop down and back up again. Drop down and back up again. If you've become pretty strong with both feet together, you can also do that as a single leg exercise. So take one foot off the step, drop down and up, down and up. And that's your heel raises. So next we're going to talk about towel curls, which if you have ever suffered from plantar fasciitis, you may very well be familiar with this exercise. Basically, just get a towel, put it down on the ground, place your heel at the back of the towel, and then use your toes to scrunch the towel and try to get the top part of it back towards your foot. So, just like this. Then if that becomes a little bit too easy for you, as your foot gets stronger, you can make it more difficult by adding a weight to the top of the towel. So something like a small dumbbell, and then you're just going to do weighted towel curls. So same thing again, just use your toes and scrunch that towel and try and bring the weight and the towel back towards your foot. And as you can see, that gets pretty challenging. Foot doming is another great exercise that's going to help strengthen the arch of your foot and those intrinsic foot muscles in between the bones of your feet. It's a very small movement and it can be a little tricky to perform, but it's great to make as part of your regular routine. So basically what you want to do is you're trying to contract your arch this way and shorten the space here and make your arch look like it's higher. What you don't want to do is scrunch up your toes and take the ball of your foot off the ground. What you're trying to do is keep your toes on the ground, keep the ball of your foot on the ground, and just contract this mid portion this way. So just like this, keep the ball of the foot on the ground, contract, and you'll see the arch raise up and this area here get shorter. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable and crampy, but then you just release and wiggle out your toes and relax. And then you can repeat that again. Keep the ball of the foot on the ground, contract this way, and you'll see the arch raise up and this area here again get shorter, and just hold it and then relax and wiggle out your toes again. And that's foot doming. So another fun exercise to do is pebble pickup. Basically, you get some pebbles in a container. You're gonna spill those pebbles out on the ground, and then just try to pick them up with your toes and put them back in the container. So, just like this. You want to use different shapes and sizes just to make it a little bit more challenging. this flat one. There we go. So you're working this leg by standing on one leg and having to maintain your balance while you work those little intrinsic foot muscles in the foot that you're picking the pebbles up with. You can also do this with marbles. They work really good too. And then just like that. Again, like some of these foot exercises, you may find that your dominant foot does a really good job on them. So make sure you're doing it on both sides. This time, like I said, now you're going to work your standing leg, trying to maintain stability as you work the small little foot muscles, trying to pick up those pebbles. And as you can see, my left is not my dominant, and some of these pebbles are posing a problem. So, there we go. Keep working on it. And keep working on maintaining your balance on the other side. All right, last one. This could be a long video. Yes, there we go. I guess if you got really good at that, you could try doing it on a bazoo ball and just standing one-legged on the bazoo ball as you try to pick up the pebbles and put them away. That would be another component of challenge to add to this exercise, and that's pebble pickup. So another exercise from the little foot exercise bag of tricks is toe stretches using an elastic band as resistance. So what you want to do is wrap an elastic band around your toes. You may need to wrap it twice to get enough resistance. And you're just going to spread your toes out away from each other, hold, and then let them come back in together again. So on my hand, it will basically look like this. You'll spread out, hold, and then let your toes come back in together again. And you can start this without the resistance band at all, just barefoot, and then work your way up to using the elastic band for resistance. So just like that. While you have the band on your toes, it's also nice to do a little foot yoga. So basically, you're just trying to get your big toe to move independently of those other toes, just like this. And you may find that your dominant foot, you're better at it than your other foot, but you can work both feet. And that can feel really good on those muscles in here, those little intrinsic foot muscles. So that's resistance band toe stretches and toe yoga. Okay, so let's talk about some stretches for your lower legs and feet. First off, it's a good idea to start a little bit higher up and to start at your calf muscles. So some good stretches for your calf muscles include just standing against a wall or some other vertical surface, placing one foot behind the other, keep your knees straight, and then just lean forward into that front leg. And you should feel a nice stretch along your calf of the leg that's in the back. Then to stretch another aspect of your calf muscle, you can just bend your knee slightly and place a little bit more weight on the back leg. And those are two good stretches for your calf muscles. You can also stretch your calf muscles in the same way as we did the heel raise exercises. So instead of raising up, you just let your heels drop down beneath the level of the step, and that will give you a nice calf stretch. To stretch the anterior part of your lower legs, you can just sit down like so, and drop your bottom back to your heels, and that will give you a nice stretch along the front of your foot and the front part of your lower leg. When you're in this position, you can also stretch your toes and the arch or undersurface of your foot by curling your toes underneath, and then if you're able to, you can just drop back with your bottom towards your heels, and you'll feel that stretch in your toes and along the arch of your foot. And those are some good stretches for your feet and your lower legs. As well as strength work and stretching, it's also good to make foam rolling a part of your routine. So start off again at the level of the calf muscles, and you can use your foam roller or your stick roller and roll the calf muscles and even around onto your anterior tibialis. Just be careful not to roll over the shin bone. Then getting down to the level of the feet, you can use something like a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, which is going to feel a little softer. And basically, you just want to roll along the length of the fibers of the arch. So from the inside over to the outside, and just roll over and back. Whatever level of pressure that feels good to you, that should be okay. Once you've gone along the length of the arch, you can go back and forth across the fibers and just work your way back from the toes to the heel. You can also go around in circles. So that's rolling with the ball. I also like to use something like this that's got a rough surface. And you can do the same thing as the ball, just rolling back and forth, and really get into the inside arch and the outside. Another nice thing to do is to put a sock on while you're using this and get a little bit of cross friction massage going on. It won't work as well with a bare foot, as you won't be able to move your feet across it quite as well, but with a sock you'll really be able to move across and just kind of get across those fibers. Be careful not to overdo it, because you may find that your foot's a little bit sore the next day. But if you're having some issues with just some pain, a little bit of plantar fasciitis, that cross friction massage can feel really nice. Another trick that you can do, especially if you're having some pain, is to put a water bottle in the freezer and use the water bottle to roll over. So just like the cylinder massage, just put the bottle on the ground and roll over the ice water bottle. So you're icing and massaging at the same time, and it can feel really nice. So that's just some of the strength exercises, stretches, and massage and rolling techniques that I like to do to maintain some healthy feet. But there are plenty of other exercises out there. I would encourage you to try and make these exercises a part of your regular running routine, just so you can keep your feet nice and healthy and keep on running all those miles.